Hola and hello to all my friends and family out there in YouTube land. Thank you so much for coming past and hanging out with me, London Brielle, on this fabulous, fabulous day. Why is it such a fabulous day? It's such a fabulous day because I came home this morning and I saw this strangely shaped box on my front porch. It was from Sephora, but it was kind of wide, and I was like, what did I order that was so wide that was supposed to be coming today? Then I opened it, and the clouds opened, the angels sang, and the sun shone down upon me because it was none other than the Kat Von D Me Vida Loca remix palette. Yes, yes, yes. I could not have been any happier. Now, this did come in just a standard plastic casing, but I took it out because it's just too reflective. But what it does come inside with is this face chart if you want to know how to do some looks. And it also has the color wheel that is the same inside the palette if you wanted to see it before you opened it. And this is just absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I love and adore all of Kat Von D's shadows. I know some people say, you know, they're a little powdery. To me, they're super, super buttery. Yes, they kick up some powder, sure. But to me, it's because you only need a little bit of product. I mean, if you want to just go ham and use it like this is a CoverGirl eyeshadow, then yeah, you're going to dig into it and you're going to get a lot of kick up because you really need just the tiniest bit of these products, and they just blend and go on so well. And I just absolutely love it, and I could not wait to get this palette. I ordered it the moment it came out because I did not want this to sell out, especially from people just trying to buy it to put it on eBay. So this palette, I believe, was $55, and it was worth all 55 glorious dollars because this is wonderful. So let me show you the packaging. This is the front of the packaging, and it is a bit reflective, so please excuse me, but it is absolutely just gorgeous. Like, this package itself should just be displayed somewhere in my background or somewhere in my makeup room because it's just that beautiful. And on the back, again, it has the color wheel so you can see all of the colors. Now, this is in a hard plastic or cardboardy plastic case because when you do take the palette out, you're left with the case that it originally was in. And it's kind of like harder than what vinyl records used to come in, but something similar to that. And now that I just said it, I don't know if she's kind of trying to go for the vinyl record look because you know how Kat is, you know, she's very retro. But it kind of feels like that, like it's very hard. And the one downfall I found to this palette is this. Here's the cover. Here's my palette. Here's the cover. If you want to take this palette with you to use somewhere, you have to have this cover because there is no casing over the top of these. Right now, you're just touching the shadows. There's no casing. And I would have really liked to have seen just some sort of clear casing that closed over the top of it. So that way you could just take, I mean, it's a big palette to take to begin with, so I don't know how many times you take it places. But so that way you could just transport this because right now there's no covering. These shadows could just get all kinds of dented. But at the same time, I don't want to have to bring this with me everywhere I go. So that to me is the one and only downfall of this palette, is that I really wish that had a case covering. So hopefully in the future Kat will go ahead and she will do that because I think that that would be worthwhile. Now, the palette itself with the eyeshadows, again, it's very, very hard cardboard. Feels very sturdy. It doesn't feel, you know, janky like some of those other palettes from a certain company that have been coming out so far, where they're kind of just flimsy and have, like, you know, bad eyeshadows. This is very nice quality, and I love how it's a color wheel, and in the center, of course, it has the Kat Von D logo. So these are just absolutely beautiful. So today I'm just going to show you real quick first what I used on my eyes. So all over my lid, what I went ahead and used was this color called Misfit. And if you can see how beautiful that is, probably not. I'm just going to go ahead and swatch. And you guys know I'm not a swatch queen, but we're going to try here. This is Misfit, and that's just a beautiful greeny color. And then in my crease, I use Lemmy, and this is a shiny dark shimmery green. These are like perfect for St. Patrick's Day too. And then in the tear ducts of my eyes and lining the bottom of my eyes, what I used was this color called a Vinyl. Again, I think this was supposed to look like a record. And that is just this really, really light green right there, if you can see it. It looks like it's patchy, but it's really not. It's just because I'm a poor shower, and I think I'm actually going to switch to the other arm. And then what I used on my brow bone was this color called Noble. And this is just kind of like a light browny, tanny color. Maybe I should do it this way. And then I did line my upper lids with this color called, you know what, let me try to do, yeah, with this color called Black Metal. And that's the color of Black Metal. So I think that they are awesome. I think that they are beautiful. I think it made a wonderful green look. On my lips is Lolita, of course. But I really like the way that the look came out. I just really picked the palette and said, hey, I want to go ahead. I just want to experiment with some of the brightest colors in here to go ahead and show you guys and see what it looks like. So I'll get a little closer so you guys can get the full-on effect. So this is what it looks like. So you guys can see that, hopefully. I always see people doing the little... Look. So I'm no professional, but that is the general look, and I really like it. I think that this is nice for my skin tone color, which I love because I've really been experimenting and playing with colors these days, and I don't want to look like a 1980s streetwalker. So yes, so let's begin on the other swatches and see if we can't get this done. So we're going to start from the beginning, and we're going to start with this color called Anthem. We're going to go with, well, Anthem, Love, Swoon. Okay. So Anthem is this dark purple color. So it goes Anthem, Love, and Swoon. And I think those are just super pretty colors. And we're probably going to be needing like a napkin or something to start wiping these off because, oh my god, my palette just fell. It's totally okay though. The next colors that we're going to be doing is Destroyer, which looks beautiful. Rewind. Harpsichord. Destroyer, Rewind, and Harpsichord. Let's see this. So this is... Right here you have Destroyer, Rewind, and Harpsichord. I think those are gorgeous. They're in the same type of family. So this is like a red, this is like a maroon, and this is kind of like a bronzy color. And I think that those are just absolutely gorgeous. The next colors are Analog, Fran, and Legend. So let's get these put on here. And this is Analog, this is Fran, this yellow color, and this is Legend, this lighter yellow color. So I really do like those. Fran came out a little bit light on some parts. So Analog, Fran, and Legend. So Fran might be a little light for some. It might not come off so yellowy. The next one we have is, we have the Vinyl, the Misfit, and the Lenny, which I already showed you guys on my eyes. So then we're going to go for Hyper Ballad, Synth, and Dark Wave. Oh, and these look gorgeous. Wow. Okay. This is Hyper Ballad, Synth, and Dark Wave. And those are just gorgeous. They transition into like a turquoise, a bright blue, and kind of like a deeper blue. So I really like those also. And then these are my favorites because I super love purples. So we're going to go with Echo, Muse, and that's it for those. Let's try to do these on a nice clean patch of skin. Oh, so gorgeous. So this is Echo and this is Muse. Muse is kind of like almost a light white purpley, and Echo is a shiny reflective purple. So it's a purple that has glitter in it, but it's not like chunks of glitter. And that was for the outer colors. Now we're going to do the inner colors, which are more of the typical standard nudes. And this one is Lyric, Stutter, and Vox? Let me you know, Cat and her damn things. Okay, so here we have Lyric, Stutter, and Vox. So you have like this light whitey color, a typical taupe, and a dark brown. So those are nice if you wanted to do just like a nice neutral look. And then we have Molder, Noble, which I showed you guys I used all over my lid earlier, Skulls, and Black Metal. So let's get these swatched on here. So we are going to start off first with the Skulls. This right here is Skulls, Noble, which I showed you, Lyric, and the Black Metal. So you're going from like a silvery tan, a whitish color, and a black. So some of those would be good for brow highlights again, and some will be good for all over colors depending upon what look you were going for. So there is a little bit of dustiness that happens. Overall, I think the pigmentation is really good. I think it is what you can expect from Kat Von D's eyeshadows. So I think that if you currently like her eyeshadows, I think that you will like this palette. I think if you have been around the block long enough with Kat, you probably have all of these colors or colors that are very, very similar to these colors. However, I know that she has reformulated, you know, a few times with her eyeshadows and things like that. So although you may have the colors, they may not be this nice buttery formulation. And really, even if you have it, I think that this is just such a nice collector's piece. Will you hit pan on these? It honestly is quite possible, because this color wheel to me is everything when you say like, God, I wish I had a palette that had every color. I mean, this has your beautiful burgundies, your beautiful oranges, your beautiful bronzes, purples, blues, greens, wearable yellows. It has beautiful nudes, browns, highlight shades, blacks, and silver, and everything is very wearable. Like, if you look at it, the yellows, the greens, those are wearable. Those aren't kind of so bright that you're like, who's gonna wear those? You know, outside of Halloween, or somebody who's just very assured of themselves and has the type of job maybe where they work in a record store or Sephora or something where they can wear that type of bright color. These are very wearable. I think the green I have on today is going to most definitely draw attention from somebody and be like, wow, I really like your eye color, but it's not going to be like, wow, that looks quote unquote unprofessional. So I think that these are all very wearable bright colors. Whereas some other palettes I've seen, in particular like the Urban Decay Vice palettes and things, they have really nice bright colors that are just gorgeous, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. But I don't necessarily think that they are wearable. And I think that's the thing when you're coming out with any type of palette or anything to do with eyeshadows, is that yes, you want to have those nice neutrals for people, and yes, you want to have those pops of color that are just absolutely beautiful, but you want to make them wearable, because they're no good if they're gorgeous colors that I can only wear maybe on the weekend if I'm just going walking around the mall, but not to dinner, not to work, not to any type of event, because they are so non-wearable that it becomes too noticeable. You know, where it doesn't become a highlight of my face, it becomes my face. Like, wow, why does she have that color on her eyes? So overall, like I said, I really liked it. I don't care for the packaging as far as not having a lid to cover it. I do think the artwork is absolutely beautiful and it should be displayed. And I do love the colors in it. I do love the shape of the color wheel. The only problem with the color wheel is that in order to read them, like I was having such a hard time, because you're doing this, and then some of them, when you go this way, some of them are right side up, and then you have to go back the other way for them to be right side up on the other side. So it kind of does, I wish that they had all, I know it's a circle, but I wish it had been all more flowy with that, because when you are trying to demonstrate, it does make it a little bit difficult to go ahead and do that. And of course the circular, you know, usually you're used to an up and down palette where it's very easy to demonstrate the colors, and with circular you're like, oh man, which ones have I used so far? But I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I'm not a swatch queen. I hope that you guys were able to see them. I know there's going to be a ton of these videos coming out, and there's going to be a ton of people who are doing swatches, but I just really wanted to go ahead and film this video because I was just so excited to get this palette, and I just wanted to show you guys, you know, the best I could, the colors that they have, and just show you kind of how I'm wearing the green look on my eyes today, and that this is very wearable. And I would definitely pick up this palette if you're a Kat Von D fan. And if this is your first time stepping into a Kat Von D palette, you kind of almost have a little bit of everything. A little bit of the Monarch palette, a little bit of the Shade and Light palette, you know what I mean? You have a little bit of the Chrysalis palette. So you have a little bit from everything, a little bit from the, you know, tiny trio she used to do. So you have a little bit of everything. So if you're looking to step into Kat Von D, I think that for 55 bucks, this is perfect versus paying, you know, $48 for each one of her other palettes. This is a very good starter kit, and this is a very good collectible item for those of us who are absolutely in love with her and would purchase the moon if she said that she made it. So thank you guys so much for coming past and watch my video. I hope that you truly enjoyed it. In the comment section, leave me anything about Kat Von D. Do you love her? Do you hate her? Do you love her eyeshadows? Do you have this palette and you love it? What are one of your favorite Kat Von D products? What don't you like about Kat Von D products? Do you think that her eyeshadows are very smooth and easy to blend? And just thanks so much for coming past and watching this video, guys. I hope you guys have a excellent rest of your day, because I know that I will. So I'll see you guys on my next video, and I love you so much. Bye.